Hey everybody, ChristopherOdd here. Welcome back to Dishonored, the Knife of Dunwall. And yes, I have somehow managed to forget to upgrade my blink for like ever. I had thought I'd done it a long time ago. I must have just started reading the stuff. And then here we are, no blink. Me thinking I'm blinking. Not really so much. So, here we go to confirm. Everybody count down. 3, 2, 1, and blinked. Yes. Okay, that is done. I am out of runes now. Everyone happy? Because I am. I can't believe I forgot to do that. We still need to eliminate Barrister Arnold Timsh. And we met up with his niece, who's not really a big fan. We also found another recipe, and it's basically from the 78 Draw the World. I don't know what that means. But it says, Cruel Nancy, take the world from her greedy hands, lay it before the black-eyed groom, cut sharp, cut deep, red drip, drop, last and least, burn it in the hearth of a lawless man. I don't know. My tiny brain cannot compute. So I'm looking for another possible way in here. And I wanted to check and see if there was anything in the water, because that's one thing that we haven't really utilized a lot of. But I'm not seeing anything, so I'm gonna crawl back up the chain. I mentioned this before too, it'd be cool to have possession, but that's just not a thing. Damn, that could... I just think that's... Even in the first game, I don't think they did enough with possession. You could be a rat, you could be a fish, but it just... I think you could do so much more. Whatever, what do I know? How do I latch onto this thing? There we go. So here I am, hired assassin. Trying to figure out what the F's going on. Oh. Jeez. Go high I'm jumping now, it's ridiculous. That's because of the agility that I upgraded as well. And since we had to, you know, handle everybody in this scenario a little bit earlier, there's no one here. So I'm gonna quickly go and see if there's any other ways around. See if there's anything I would have missed over here. Yep, okay. I feel like there's gonna be something awesome back here. I'm getting the awesome vibe from these walls. Oh, hello. I'll take it. 30 coins. I'm going slow because I don't know if anyone's up here yet. Oh, jeez. Hello. That could have been real bad. Good day, sir. Goodbye, sir. Behind the bar. Now, let's check again, because... I think we're clear now. As soon as I say that, I'm just waiting. Just a matter of time. Galvani Resin? Oh, boot stealth. Alright. That means I could probably walk and be stealthed. I haven't really had a ton of money to do upgrades, but I've been spending it mostly, not so much on consumables, but on the other stuff. Also, I'm always surprised at how much money is left over at the end of a mission. Like, even in the first Dishonored as well, I was like, are you kidding me? I only got like a quarter of the gold that was out there. But a lot of that was because I missed paintings and things like that. But here, I don't think that there's that whole painting situation. It's just random coins and copper wire and blubber. Right there, copper wire, boom. Lizzie Stride and the Dead Eels. William Cotter, captain of the merchant vessel the Windover, reports that on the 23rd day of the month of Nets, his vessel was waylaid by the Dead Eels, a gang of notorious criminals known for acts of river piracy. Oh, never mind. I was like, what the hell's river piracy? Holy. Wanton destruction and smuggling. Prior to the blockade, the Windover was bound for Dunwall, bearing medicinal supplies, food, and material goods from the city of Driscoll in northeast Bristol. The captain claims that 1:15 midnight he left the aft bell sound the alarm, or he heard the aft bell sound the alarm. As the weather was foggy, the captain's first thought was that of an imminent collision. But when he exited his quarters, he found a grisly scene. Half his men already gutted on boards, and the rest locked in a vicious struggle. Captain Cotter surmised that dead eels had swum upon the boat and scaled the side of the ship with climbing hooks, but how they'd caught the ship or where they'd come from, he couldn't fathom. Realizing he had no chance and knowing that dead eels took no prisoners, Captain Cotter immediately hid in a hollow of a false-bottomed shipping crate. I asked the captain why a legitimate trader should need secret compartments, but he couldn't remember where he'd gotten it and assured me that it had been empty. Safely hidden from view while his crew was butchered, Cotter also witnessed the appearance of the Dead Eel's leader, a violent woman by the name of Lizzie Stride. He reports that her teeth were filed to sharp points and that she went about the deck of the ship barefoot. Cotter clearly was out of his mind with fear, even claimed her feet were webbed. Whoa. Adding to my suspicion, I'll note that Captain Cotter still had the stench of brandy on his breath when the river patrol fished him out of the water. Lizzie Stride proceeded to question the first mate for several minutes before biting the man's tongue out of his own mouth and tossing him into the river. Ugh. Eventually, the Dead Eels discovered the captain's stash of King Street brandy. Captain Cotter used this discovery and the ensuing celebration as an opportunity to slip overboard undetected. I'm recommending a detailed patrol of the area in case the Dead Eels left any clues. They sank the ship, but some useful wreckage might be recovered. Also, I recommend that William Cotter's status as a captain and his trading license be stripped at once. Further, the man should be investigated for charge of smuggling along the Wrenhaven. That's just a cool little, like, some of the side stories are kind of interesting. Some of them aren't. But I felt like that was okay. Hatter Gang hat. What the hell? Where is this thing? It doesn't even show up. Hatter Gang hat. I'm not sure what that is. Dead Counter responsibilities. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the Dead Counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict and curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any Dead Counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms called weepers. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1 1/2 pay grade. Looks like the Hatters broke in and took the key to the legal district. I'm going to knock some heads. So, we got one of their hats, which is good, I guess. But I don't know, maybe I'll have to, like, I don't even know. Oh, hello. I will take it. There's a safe with no code on it. I'm not gonna ask any questions. I'm just gonna move on. Thank you very much. Alright, so that's where we started, like way over there. We made our way all through that building. And now, have I been up there? I'm pretty sure that I have, actually. But let's just confirm. Yep, I have. There was actually a rune or bone charm in there. And now I'm making some serious headway. I think it is time to head into the legal district. One of the things that's cool is I'm hoping, somebody said you could like pause in midair. Nope. With the blink, someone was saying you could pause in midair, but that did not work for me. Oh, see, there it worked. Oh, maybe because I was holding forward. That could be. Yeah, there we go. That was a very, that's almost a lesson I shouldn't have learned. Notice. If you need it, good luck. He's down the street at Elm's house. Cap took the key. Do I have the key? Yeah, I got the key. Let's rock. That Tim has a mean look on his face.
Done.
Scout up ahead. Try to find out where Timsh is.
There's an equipment stash on the rooftops nearby. We've been anticipating doing a hit on Timsh for some time.
I know. Half the city wants him dead. We'll earn some gold on this one. I'll meet you up ahead.
I like it. Okay, we have a whole bunch of clues happening here. Let's check this out. So, nothing. Nothing new. But there's an outpost on a rooftop overlooking the legal plaza which contains information supplies. Tim's estate and law offices sit at the head of a wide plaza, and the Hatters may have a key to the legal district. Let's see what's going on here. We got a bone charm. We've got 4 runes that way. Runes. I'm trying to say it correctly. Alright, let's see what this bone charm is. Killing rats gives you adrenaline. Come on. Whoa. Who's this guy? And why can't he hear me walking around up here? Oh.
I won't say who he is or what he's doing, but I locked him up just to be safe. He seems familiar to me. Reminds me of someone who used to do business with Timsh, but I'm not sure.
Good work, Simmons. Now that that's handled, we can move on. You got the orders from Timsh, right? What's the next address?
Crow's Court off Bramley Street. But there's a problem, sir. The Forrestalls live there, and their kids used to sneak us food at the back door. I know it's the job, sir, but it's awfully hard seeing them. They don't even have the plague. I've been there last week.
Excellent. Simmons, you'll show me this back stoop and we'll go in that way. Start tallying the place up. You've given us the tactical advantage. We'll get Timsh's money.
But, sir...
I'll put it another way. You think I care which door we kick in tomorrow? The next day? Behind each is another useless pack of aristocratic sots and their precious offspring. And I don't care if they all end up mudlarks.
Sir, they've been good to me.
Simmons, before I worked for Barrister Timsh, I was dredging out the real Weeper dens. You ever done that? Ever broken down a door and bathed in that stench? Fought housewives with blood on their faces, swinging at you with a piece of broken furniture. Other times it's just rats inside, hundreds of them, stripping some drunk to the bone. Maybe you'd like to be transferred to my old squad.
No, sir. Certainly not.
I used to call myself brave, Simmons. Till I saw a man lose a fight with a pile of rats. So when Barrister Timsh says all I gotta do is rough up a rich bastard, cuff him a few times till he stops talking about his rights, I jump at the chance. I cry with happiness. You understand me?
Yes, sir. We'll approach from the back stoop. They won't be alarmed when they see me.
Right. Good man. It's them or us. No room for heroes in the time of plague. You just do your job and I'll make sure you keep this posting.
Okay, interesting. There's the legal plaza. But they mentioned this yeah, okay, so this is the prisoner. Now I'm just wondering if this guy's gonna come in here. Doesn't appear that that's the case. So I'm gonna drop down here. And...
It's Daud, isn't it?
Ooh, cool face.
You wouldn't be in this district unless you were after Timsh's head.
What do you want?
Revenge. To do to Timsh what he did to me. I want him homeless, a victim of one of his own eviction documents. I've prepared one, complete with the forged signature of the Lord Regent. Please, go to my old apartment. It's right next to Timsh's estate. Here's the address, but I doubt you can get inside from the streets. There you'll find my journal, which contains the entire plot and everything you'll need. But you're a businessman like I once was. I don't expect you to do this for free. If you do go to my apartment, you'll find something stashed there. Consider it your payment in advance.
You got it. And that's another way to handle the, Timsh dude, so... I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Now, I guess I don't have the key to get out of here, so back up top I go. Sleep! And this was the nice guy too, I think. And now I have the Watchman's key, so I could go in there if I needed to. But it's all good now. It is all good. There's the plaza, there's the abandoned apartment, and I think that's also the direction of a bunch of the runes. There's one of them, and I remember that they were all clumped together. But quick problem is... I gotta have to get past this thing. There, that'll work. And he said I probably couldn't get there from the streets, so... this will also work out pretty well.
Yeah, it's nice.
And it must be the rune that he's given me. Hello. Alright, so what are we working on for our runes here? I've got the agility. I'll probably just go... I don't know if... I don't even know if it... like... I don't know if I need to go faster. Maybe bend time? Or vitality, even? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm pretty open to the runes. I don't find any of them particularly engaging. Apartment 10 key. Eviction document. Let's check this out. Okay, this will be what we do to, like, actually get him kicked out. And then here's the whole plot. So Timsh thinks he's invincible because he carries a letter from the Lord Regent giving him legal immunity from the state seizing his goods in case of plague. He carries it everywhere like a talisman. But he's also drafted the instrument of his own destruction. The document he uses for evictions is a generic form drafted by the office of the Lord Regent. It was trivial to acquire a blank one. Acquiring a forgery of the Lord Regent's signature was less easy, but thankfully some of my old connections are still loyal. Now all I need to do is swap the two documents. Getting close enough to Timsh to do it won't be easy. I may need help from a professional, me. Once that's done, the fool just needs a push to go down, and that's the second part. Inside Timsh's basement, there's a device that circulates air in the building. If some material happened to find its way into the device, the building would reek like a weeper's den. I had to be particular about the actual material, as I do not wish to infect the guard or servants with the plague and cause needless suffering. The unsavory gentlewoman living in Unit 10 has offered to provide the odorous item and a sturdy sack to contain it. She craves my rune in exchange, so I will be forced to part with it. She's given me a key to her unit so I can go and get the sack when I'm ready to make my move. Okay. So now we need to go and get this stuff to put into, like, the air vents. I'm going to head over to the outpost.
That's what's the occasion?
The general's on his way. He's got nasty in the upper city. We handle it.
One less mess for the watch to clean up.
But I don't think I can actually blink that far. That'd be pretty sick, but it's not the case right now. That makes me nervous. I don't think I'm hitting that mark very well. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. Shit. Oh my god, panic mode. I panicked. That was a panic. That was a big freaking panic. But I should probably be right there, so it won't be too shabby. Maybe. Hopefully. Thank you. Okay, let's try going up this way. I'll make my way over there later if necessary. Here's apartment 10. Very close. Now, is this lady still inside?
Nice.
This looks like the bag of stuff. And then another rune is in here. Cultist Scriblins. This one was born to a wealthy family. He stayed out in the countryside because it was the only place he could see the stars at night. He was never educated, so he did not know what they were. He used to pray to them. Odorous sack. Gross. Now I'm gonna have to carry this with me. This one was a teacher. She used to... Oh, so these are on the bodies. She used to teach the children about the black-eyed one who saw in her dreams no one knew. That's the outsider. But then one of the children went into a trance and began to cry her name. Then the overseers came. This one worked so hard he broke off both of his hands when when he was of no more use. They threw him out. His mother cared for him until she died, after which he turned to begging. Then he died. Holy morbid. This one liked to carve wood. Once he carved a small whale. He spoke to it and kept it in his pocket. Its grains knew of all his secrets, just as I do. Whoa. This one was a father. He sired 6 of 3 mothers. Wow. He drowned one of them, but it was not his fault. One day, the child's grandfather discovered what happened, but the old man did not agree with that assessment. Okay. Sketchy. And look at the bright purple light here. What? Oh! Hello.
I've always wondered, what does he smell like? Rotting flesh? Wild flowers? Does he ask you questions? I wonder when he'll speak to me.
It's a good question. I imagine the outsider's gonna show up here. Because usually when we find one of these shrines, that tends to happen.